Now we are in Lagos, Nigeria. Lagos is the commercial capital city of the giant of Africa. You may have heard about this country. And the NAIJA NEXUS program is a hubs immersion program that is designed to immerse 15 to 18, 20 students in the cultural reality of Lagos. So in Lagos, we're going to be exploring entrepreneurship, politics, arts and culture, and the different societal conventions within the city. We want to expose ourselves to alternate realities, to refine our perspectives that will just ultimately enrich our development in terms of our social life, in terms of academics, in terms of professional growth, because Lagos is one of those places where you can run into all kinds of people who are doing amazing things all over the place. For the NAIJA NEXUS program, as I mentioned, we have over a dozen students here, and most of them come from other parts of the world. We have people from Burkina Faso, from Ghana, from Ethiopia, from Kenya. And this idea also feeds into the concept of diversity, which is a major value at African Leadership University. We believe that the transformation that we keep on speaking about for the African continent can never happen in silos. We need to bring in the wealth of knowledge, the wealth of diversity, the wealth of experience from other parts of the continent, other parts of the world, to see what we can do together by bringing the different values and cultures and indigenous knowledge together to build something meaningful and impactful.
My name is Lincoln Oyugi. I'm a Kenyan, a third-year student studying Bachelor of Entrepreneurial Leadership.
My name is Tracy Obirika, and I'm a student at the African Leadership University, and I'm happy to have been part of the NAIJA NEXUS program here in Nigeria.
My name is Odian Emmanuel. I'm a student of the African Leadership University, the Lagos Hub Ambassador 2023.
My name is Flor and I come from Cameroon. I'm in my second year at the African Leadership University and I major in software engineering.
So for me, this program has been one for the books. I've been able to network with industry experts, visit different places, and get attached to the Nigerian culture.
My stay here has been awesome, really a huge adventure, meeting different people, talking to different people, meeting my fellow NEXUsians and traveling to different places in Lagos. At this particular point, I think I know every other street here in Lagos, so it's been a full adventure for me.
The day I received the email about the NAIJA NEXUS program, I was much excited. I knew I had to be there. And the main reason why I wanted to be here is because I come from Niger. We are neighbors with Nigeria. We do a lot of business with Nigeria. So I wanted to know how does it work.
My name is Chibuzo Ihentege Eric. I'm an HR professional, currently head of people on culture for one of Lagos' biggest fintechs, and I'm a subject matter expert with HRCI. And I had this amazing session today with the students of African Leadership University. It's called the NAIJA NEXUS program, where they came into Nigeria to have an experience of who we are, what we do, and then, with a session with different people to just talk about the entrepreneurial journey and different things. And I was opportune to handle a session called Preparing for the Future of Work. And it was an amazing session.
One of the first trips that we had at the NAIJA NEXUS was exploring Lagos. So our first trip was a Lagos city tour. And we moved around different places from the mainland to the island. And some of the students had conceptions about what certain places will look like before they went there. So we went to Ikeja City Mall, we went to Nikkei Arts Gallery, we crossed the third mainland bridge, which is one of the longest bridges on the continent in the world, should I say. And there's also the beach that we went to after the Lagos city tour and Lekki Conservation Center. So why have we gone to all these places? It has a lot to do with experiential learning. It's one thing to understand that Lagos is a city that looks like this or that feels like this, and it's something else to actually travel in that city and witness the people, the place, the culture, and just learn from that in person as you would. More recently, we went to Makoko, which is one of the largest slums in the world. Makoko is known for being partially on land and partially on water. And that trip exposed us to one of the most extreme living conditions or realities, not just in the continent, but in the world. And it got us thinking about what it means to be privileged, what it means for a place to be socially or infrastructurally developed. It got us thinking about compassion, about empathy, and what it means to connect with our basic fundamental humanity.
Hi everyone, my name is Jonathan Godwin, a second-year student at the African Leadership University, studying entrepreneurial leadership. And I'm here today with the Lagos Hub and the NAIJA NEXUS program. And the objectives of this program is to expose all students to realities across Africa, across the societal, artistic, economical, and environmental realities. And we're here at the Makoko community today. Being part of this journey today has been quite enlightening for me because observing a community, a slum community like this, has helped me realize more about why we do the work we do, why we try to create problems, why we need more leaders in Africa that are like working towards finding solutions to the problems that exist across these various spaces and sectors. Because seeing a lot of young people here without hope or any promise or solutions coming up to challenges they have to live with every day has helped me understand more on privilege and how we need to create more access and opportunities for people in underserved communities such as this. And I'm excited to be part of this.
I am Anissa Tega Wendewodrago, ALU student, pursuing my bachelor's degree in software engineering. And NAIJA NEXUS, as I'm in Lagos, Nigeria. And right here we are in Makoko. It's such a pleasure and heartwarming experience to be here with the people. The energy is just wonderful. Despite whatever can be said about this era, I can just say that it is the most joyful event I've been doing since I'm in Nigeria.
So a lot of experiential learning goes on as we visit these places, and currently we are at Microsoft in Lagos, and here it was just a very transformative experience, engaging with the engineers here and the product designers and other people, amazing people we found in this space who are also committed to bringing about some form of positive change to the world. And so far it has been a very inspiring journey.
My name is Abatade Vaughn. I am a program manager on a team called Talent and Ecosystem Development. So day after day or day to day, I'm saddled with the responsibility of making sure that we have a sustainable pipeline of skilled engineering talent across the African continent. And at the same time, I also contribute significantly to the internal employee ramp-up initiatives that we have here. Personally, I'm very passionate about the African continent. I think all my life I've been so interested in how do we make sure that young Africans have a voice on one side, then on the other side, how do we create opportunities for young Africans to bring their best to the table. So I am very much involved in skilling initiatives, skilling programs that help people to be able to optimize their skills, discover their passions, their interests, their causes, the kind of things that drive them, which I know people at ALA, ALU would call peaks. So I'm driven by such kind of motions because I believe that it helps me to connect to the African continent better.
I personally love problem solving. I think the work at Microsoft, first of all, I joined the mixed reality team when I started out, and I never had any prior background to mixed reality, and just Microsoft opening me up to the opportunity that there are other problems in a space that I've never been in, and having to be able to solve problems in that space really aligns with my personal values of I love problems and always look for opportunities to solve them.
I mean, it's apparent. I mean, the early students are currently still in the facility, and it's a very warm experience for us. I think we encourage people to come here, but many times people come to this space and they aspire to work at Microsoft. I personally find that to be a bit uncomfortable. I think it's a good dream to come and to desire to work at Microsoft, but I also think it's self-limiting because there are many amazing things that you could do. You could someday build your own Microsoft, and that's one kind of spirit I've seen with the early folks.
I think one of the interesting things for me was the fact that these are young people and very brilliant. And for the future of work, a lot of things we could talk about, but I think I narrowed down on the fact that there were certain skills that are non-negotiables. So be it past, future, they are non-negotiables. We talked about your networking skills, communication, self-development, knowledge, very critically self-awareness, because if you don't even understand who you are, what you can do, what you love, and what you can do in the future, it won't cut it.
Oh, I think that they are indispensable. You actually can't do without them. And the future belongs to them. Like I was saying, in a country where the average age is 18, you can see that the youth have a huge role to play. So they really need to step into their places and they need to start moving and acting. It's their time, really. If I'm not for myself, then who will be for me? But when I'm only for myself, then what am I? And then, if not now, when? If I'm not for others, then who will be for me? It really shows that in the world, no man is an island. No man is an island. So you have to realize that you're part of, you might say you're part of a stream. You're flowing in a stream, but you're all there together, so to speak. So you're in it together, let me put it that way.
One thing I took away that I can put in my own business is that as an entrepreneur, your final ultimate goal is to make money. So you shouldn't really be thinking about charity if you want to do entrepreneurship here. Even if you want to make a change, make it such a way that people see the value for it such that they want to pay for it. You understand? Because people like free things. They don't value free things at the end of the day.
The best thing for anybody who actually wanted to make a change was to try to intervene, notwithstanding government, not thinking that government is the one that will make the change. Try and encourage government to be an enabler.
The session with Professor Yinka was very insightful. I got a lot of things, and if there's a key takeaway from me from the session, it will be that stop all the process. I'm not like the process, do the due diligence, but then at the same time implement, because I saw that she was not just doing more research and not implementing. She started from reaching out to people to getting techniques to know how she can probably make money from the business she's doing, right? And really getting to know more communities she can establish those businesses. So at the same time, while you're doing more research, at the same time implement, do something, at least push something out there. I think I didn't know this before, but she made mention of how your time is actually money. And that never came to my mind before. And I mean, intellectual property, stuff like that is money, and you should be very conscious because it will help moving forward.
My experience so far has been really insightful. There's been so much learning, so much relearning. I've been forced to challenge my own mindset and previous beliefs by not just facing what I think should be, but what the reality actually is. And I also like her perspective on doing things irrespective of the government, and the government being an enabler and not necessarily being in charge of everything that has to go right or wrong in the country. Yeah.
So we do our testing. For instance, this is one of our devices. So this is like a version 2 of what we're trying to build. So this is like 3 times the capacity of the ordinary ready capsule, and it's pretty heavy.
The highest point I'd say is when I decided to take a solo trip to Abuja. I'd been warned by almost everyone participating in this that route is very dangerous, from Lagos to Abuja, all that. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take this. So that was my best point. The fact that I took the risk and the reward was extremely high. I enjoyed every bit of my time in Abuja. So yeah, that way.
The high point of the NAIJA NEXUS for me was like the day we went to Alpha Beach, because it was just a bunch of strangers back then, but the way we just lived in the moment, and I feel like that's where we started to connect with each other more, because we just got a chance to have fun, to be free, no prejudice, no judgment, just to be fully present at that moment. And it was just such a cool experience, like just running on the beach, playing with the waves, and I really enjoyed that moment because I feel like it set the pace to build the relationships that I've been able to make throughout this program.
So today has been our final day here at the CC Hub in Nigeria, Lagos. And today was our last day doing our presentation and showcasing our journey throughout the 3 months. And each of us had the opportunity to present and show out that what we have been working on for the past 3 months.
So part of the Hubs program was to share our courage plan. And one of my courage plan was to defeat my fear for heights. Interestingly, we visited the Lekki Conservation Area. We went there and we did the canopy walk. The canopy walk was a very good test to my courage plan. I also get to connect with experts at CC Hub where like they explain to me whether it is a business, a startup. Instead of just me doing coding at ALU, today I get to like face the real problems, face the users.
It's been such an emotional experience because now we have to say bye to the friendships, to the community that we built. But one thing is for sure that we had a good time, we networked, and those are some of the things and some of the connections that we're going to still keep. It was such an amazing opportunity, and I can't wait to see what the world has in store for all of us.